I am here with Dave Shelley, our Director of Crossroads Cares Relief and Development, to talk about one of our long-term projects in helping orphans in Ukraine, which many watching right now have supported. Dave, tell me about the conditions of these orphanages. Why do they need help?
Well, here's how a child ends up there. I think it'll help our viewers if they understand that a lot of the kids that end up in these orphanages, which are really old buildings from the 30s and 40s and 50s, is because they've had problems in their family. So one of the testimonies I just received this week was from a young fellow who, at 6 years old, his mom took him to one of the orphanages, talked to a man, and dropped him off. She didn't come back, so that's 6 years old. She came back once until he was 18. She came back only once. So you can imagine the feeling of being abandoned and being disheartened, and why am I here and how did I get there? So the despair is what was really prevalent. And some, of course, have lost both parents. They both died. But the economy, is really poor in these rural villages, and so these orphanages are important. But how do we reach these young kids? And that's why these teams go out week after week after week after week. And this young fella got saved because they kept coming back and telling him about the gospel. And not only that, we go into these buildings and we help with the practical needs. We install new lighting. You've been there, Cheryl, where it's really dim and dark. Even though we've supplied sewing machines and woodworking equipment, it's dark in there. So we've supplied lights, and we've bought washing machines. We've helped with the practical needs. Most recently, we've been doing beds and mattresses. And
I love that, because when we were there, we got some footage of that little boy trying to sit on the bed, and the mattress went right through the floor. Like, you can't even call it a mattress. I don't know what you would call something
like that. A lot
of
them are just pieces of foam. And so it's a huge blessing when we're able to impact not only the children, but the staff. They say, well, who are these people, and why do they keep helping us, and why are they coming? And they get introduced to the gospel as well.
Mm-hmm. And it's the love of God.
Absolutely. And you know what? In life, in missions, it's sometimes just showing up is the most important thing. But not only that, but showing up week after week after week, because of our donors showing up and supplying us with the funds we need to do that work. And it's been such a huge blessing overseas. And in the Bible College now, there's actually 5 students that were saved in the orphanage ministry, have now once you reach 18, then you have to leave the orphanage, and they've gone to Bible college. They're in the Bible college now, going back to the orphanages where they used to be. So the impact and what people have been doing by supporting, it has long-term effects.
And yeah, just to give context, so that Bible college does the outreach into these orphanages. They send students every weekend. That's part of their training, is to go love on these orphans, and we help to fund that with the vehicle, with gas for the vehicle, with all of this practical help, in every way that we can. And it is making such a difference. I've been there, I've seen it. I've seen the dire conditions that these orphanages are in. Nobody would want to live there. The government does not have the money. And so it matters that you're there. So thanks, Dave, for all you've done, and thanks to everyone else too who has supported this. And we want to be accountable to you and let you know that your gifts are making a difference. If you want to find out more about that project or any other Crossroads Cares Relief and Development project, go to our website at crossroads.ca, and all the information will be right there. We'll be back with more 100 Huntley Street.